Doing good, looking better.
Yes. I don't know. Okay.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Welcome back
to another episode of Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps. It's Jubes. I go first.
You go first?
Now.
Are we switching up for season 2?
Sure.
Okay, it's Jubes and Mak Joy.
No, I hate that.
I'm Mak.
I'm Jubes.
And we are Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps. And this is welcome to season 2.
Yes.
We've been doing this for a whole year.
It's craziness.
It went by so fast.
It's so fast.
But yeah, and so for season 2, we are doing a minor rebrand. Nothing crazy.
Major.
You can still expect to see us every week and talking about wellness-related topics.
Mm-hmm.
But we might come from a different standpoint on these topics.
Yeah, we're gonna try and incorporate more Mak and Jubes as well into our
episodes.
Sure. I was thinking like brand, vision, idea.
Oh yeah.
Content is the word I was looking for.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you're watching us on video, you see we have fun new pillows and fun new hats and a whole bunch of other fun stuff.
We launched a merch line.
Yay!
We've launched this merch line through Redbubble. And so if you look at Redbubble and Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps, you can find all of the designs and you can get them in all sorts of modes, I guess.
Yep. I also linked each item on our website as well. So we have a merch page on our website. You can go and click the link and it'll take you to Redbubble.
But here we are. We have some. These are my favorite. I got some tote bags naturally. Tote bags are kind of my thing right now. So I got this one. It says Ciabatta, Ciabatta, Ciabatta because I think it's fun.
That's such a cute design.
I love it. I was very proud. A lot of hours went into
Michaela
these.
put a lot of effort into this, and I helped not at all. I was like, we should do merch. Okay, get on that.
Yeah. And then this one, this says That's on Growth and has a cute little like wildflower thing going on.
It's adorable. I got that one as a shirt for working out in.
Yeah.
I think it did shrink a little bit in the wash. I bought an extra large and now it looks like a large.
Yeah. So to note that.
So just be aware of that.
And then I also got this Wellness Gang hoodie. Wellness Gang is one of our designs. You can get it as, I believe, a pillow as well, a tote bag, a hat, stickers, buttons, all sorts of stuff like that.
Yep.
The quality of the hoodie is like, I'd say medium weight. It's not like a heavy weight or anything. It has like a light fleece kind of lining inside. And then this is like the heathered gray. Is that what it is? Yeah. That, and you can also get it in black, navy blue, gray, and I think there's another color, but you can find it all on Redbubble. And then we also have our...
I got a bucket hat.
Yeah.
It has Simon Terry on it with a microphone, and it says sometimes worse happens, and I love it.
And then finally, to showcase some of our other designs, we have the Ciabatta again on a pillow, and our classic ttfn on a pillow here.
Where we're trying to go for some gossip girl XOXO. Mak and Jubes.
Exactly. And then we got a whole bunch of sticker designs. We haven't got all of our stickers in the mail, plus they're also hard to show you on camera, but we will do a Instagram story or something and show them off too.
So our haul, do a merch haul.
So if you want to show us some love, some support, if you go onto Redbubble and purchase some of our designs, we will be eternally grateful. And if you do purchase some designs, tag us on stories, show them off.
That would be awesome.
We'd love to see them, and feel free to reach out and what you think of them.
Yeah, let us know. It's our first merch drop, so we would like to hear your guys' feedback as well, and kind of what we can do better next time, what you liked, what you didn't like, designs that you liked or want more of, or designs you hated, or design ideas that you have that we maybe don't have. All of that is welcome.
Yeah, all that's found on our website at sometimesciabattaslaps.com, or if you go to Redbubble directly and look for Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps.
It's actually under Mak and Jubes.
Oh, Mak and Jubes.
Because Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps was too long.
Oh, okay.
Which is down.
So Redbubble, look at Mak and Jubes.
Yeah.
Even if you type in Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps, I put it in most of the titles or like SCS and as tags.
Yeah.
So
that should show up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, been a minute.
It has
What's
been
new
a minute.
with you?
I went to Nova Scotia for a week and it was super fun.
Oh, good.
I have funny stories about when I was on the plane right there.
Okay.
So I picked the cheapest airline.
Mm-hmm.
And so that turns out it was still $300 each direction. And they didn't have a screen, a plug-in, snacks, seats that lean back, or like anything other than just water.
What
and
airline
they
was
didn't let you off the plane for your connection.
What airline was it?
Lynx.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, great. Like, if that was a $50 flight, I'm like, that's okay. But for $300, I was like, geez, like that's a lot. And then there was an hour connection in Toronto where there wasn't enough time for us to get off the plane and then back on. So we just like sat on the plane. And I was like, it would have been nice to know that before so that I could have like grabbed food.
Yeah.
Because they also didn't have any snacks. And when I was at the airport at 4 a.m, none of the restaurants were open.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's super fun. So then I sit down and this man who reminds me of our old boss sits beside me.
Okay.
And so he comes and he sits down. I'm like, okay, great. Then he's like, oh, I have to put my bag up. I'm like, okay. So he goes and puts his bag up. And I was on the aisle. And then he's like, oh, I need my water bottle. So I get up again and he gets his water bottle and he sits back down. And then he brings out his phone and he starts Googling. And I look over and I was like, personality disorders. Like, what? So my interest is immediately piqued. And I'm like, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
And then he Googles how to get rid of. And I was like, oh. Spicy. How to get rid of relationship with someone who has OCPD.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm so intrigued.
How to get rid of?
How to get rid of a relationship. So I'm assuming that was just kind of like a language barrier a little bit, almost of like grammar wise. And then I was like, oh, that's super interesting. And he did something else, but I don't remember what it was. I think it was just that. But he had a wedding ring on, and I was like, does your wife have OCD?
Is he going to murder his wife?
Yeah, or like, and then he was trying to like figure out like, can you live with someone who has OCD? And I was like, are you Googling this for you or for someone else? And then
so many questions.
So many questions. And then because the plane wasn't totally full, he moved to a different seat, but he was just like on the other side of me. And so I look over and he's like replying to an email. I did a lot of snooping because I was so bored because my phone also died. And so then I like look over and he's like, yeah, if I don't receive the deposit in 30 days, our contract is null and void. And I was like, oh. So he just gave like horrific landlord vibes. And I was like very concerned.
Yeah.
But then he also had like law emails. And I was like, are you a lawyer? But he must have been like Egyptian because he wrote the opposite way, like in his notebook. He goes from back to front instead of front to back. So I was like, maybe he's like a professor or a lawyer, or I thought therapist, but I was like, this is my judgment, but I don't think you'd be good at that. Like, I don't know. No. And then my connecting flight, he gets off in Toronto. Another guy comes on. He's like university student. And so he gets on and he sits beside me. And I look over and he has like a veggie bag, like you get from the grocery store with 2 pieces of just raw toast, like just raw bread and a muffin. And I was like, okay. So he eats the muffin. I'm like, that's cool. That's fun. Our flight takes off. We're in the air, whatever. I look over. He's eating egg salad with chips. Okay. He's like dipping his chips in egg salad. I was like, on a plane? You bring egg salad on a plane?
Kind of a flex.
I was like,
honestly.
Okay.
Someone who's bold enough to bring like egg salad or tuna salad on like a bus, plane, anything, public spaces.
I was like,
I respect it.
I am so thankful I cannot smell that because I would be just vomiting. I was like, oh, gross. And then I like look away. I was like, that's super fucking weird. Okay. And then I turn around and he has a bag of just sliced cheese. So he brings out his bag of raw bread and cheese. And he puts cheese on the bread and then just eats it like that. Because I thought he was going to make a sandwich. I was like, it's kind of smart. Like, you bring, like, each of your sandwich things, like, separately so it doesn't get soggy. No, it's just cheese on bread. I was like, why would you put the egg salad on the bread and the cheese on the crackers?
I don't know.
It was very, very odd. I was very concerned.
That's eventful.
For a hot minute.
It's an eventful flight. I miss flying. I had so many kind of experiences like that when I was flying regularly.
This was the most exciting one that I've had. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, okay, all right. And then on the way back, I had my whole road to myself for the first 2 hours. And then when we landed in Toronto, we were like ready to go and the doors were closed. And then a family of like 10 people were like, we made it. And then I was like, are you serious? Then we had to sit on the runway for an extra half hour while they figured their shit out. And I was like, please sit down. I want to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first airline I was actually cold on too. Like their air conditioning worked so well.
Oh, wow.
I was like frozen solid.
Oh, no.
I was like, thank you.
That's almost worse.
Blanket?
But it's hard to say. It's like, would you rather be cold on a flight or would you rather be hot on a flight? Both are kind of gross.
Yeah, I just like normally I'm hot on a flight, so I didn't pack like warm stuff.
Yeah.
Because normally you get quite hot on there, but yeah, no, I definitely should have had like an extra sweater or something.
Oh no.
Like, that's so cold.
Well, that's like the long stretch too, hey? Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
And they broke my baggage tag. A big thank you to Dyson, as we are now working with them, which is so exciting for Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps. If you are not familiar with Dyson, they sell fancy vacuums, hair straighteners, and so much more. Right now, you can save $130 on select Dyson Corral hair straighteners. You can save $150 on the Dyson Purifier Cool Formaldehyde fan. You can save another $150 on select Dyson cordless vacuums. You can save $100 on select Dyson Airwrap Complete Multi-Stylers. And there's $100 off the Dyson Cool Tower Fan. If you're looking to save some money on Dyson products, now is the time. Head on over to sometimesciabattaslaps.com for more information and links to the Dyson website. I bought the cutest little bag tag from Walmart because I was like, yeah, like I'm a strong, independent woman. I'm going to have a little bag tag on my bag so I know that it's mine and it's going to be cute and I'm going to write my address on it because I'm autistic and that's something that's important to me. So that's something I've looked forward to my whole life. I fucking get to Halifax and they snapped it right in half.
Oh no.
Like, thanks.
Did you get another one?
No, I haven't bought another one yet because it feels like a waste of money now.
We didn't get one in Halifax though.
I was like, well, I'll leave the half on there and if it makes it, it makes it.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was devastated, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm a big girl. I'll probably be fine.
Probably be fine. Yeah, no kidding, hey?
Yeah. Oh, well, and then I emceed a wedding, and that was super fun. And the bride was just gorgeous and beautiful. Good. I didn't cry as much as I thought I was going to, but I definitely teared up a lot.
Oh, good.
But yeah, it was really nice.
That's lots of fun.
Yeah. What about you?
I finished my course.
Yay!
I'm done my school.
Oh my goodness, yay.
So I'm just on final exam prep, and then I'm kind of like job hunting and doing everything simultaneously. The final exam should be good, but it's going to be hefty, so it just involves a lot of kind of like prep work. Because most of the test assignments and whatnot have all been open book, right?
Okay.
And so as you're writing it, you can kind of reference your notes and stuff if you get stumped on something. This one's closed book. Fully.
Oh.
And so now
that's kind of rude.
And it is, but it's to really show that you've actually been doing it, right? Doing the work. Mm-hmm. And so, but it's mostly case study based.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we have to like analyze a case study, answer some short answer questions about said case study. And then there's 10 multiple choice, 10 true or false, 1 short answer. And then you actually have to write a case study like I did with the one that when you were my case study.
Right.
Except you do only certain sections. So it's not as long.
Oh, okay.
Because you only have 3 hours to do all of that.
Right. Okay.
So
yeah,
it's like roughly like an hour for the first bit and then an hour and a half for the second bit.
Okay.
And so they kind of say like do like an hour, and then half an hour for the short answer and multiple choice, true or false kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, so it should be good. So I'm just studying for that. With my program, they offered a holistic culinary certificate as well, and so I just did that. I finished that up on Saturday.
Nice.
And for that, I officially have the weirdest thing I've ever purchased on Amazon because of this culinary certificate.
Okay.
So one of the classes was probiotics and fermented foods.
Oh dear.
And so one of the recipes is kombucha.
Yeah.
To make kombucha, you need this thing called a SCOBY.
You should have told me my mom has one. I could have gotten you one.
I was doing it like last week. Like you were already
That's
you weren't
so
even
funny.
nearby. Yeah. So I purchased a SCOBY on Amazon.
I didn't know you could buy that on
I didn't know
Amazon.
either.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but I was like, where the heck am I going to find a SCOBY right now?
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Usually you get it from people who also have done kombucha. But yeah, SCOBY on
That's so
Amazon
funny.
for like $14. Like, if you ever want
That's amazing. I didn't know that's something you could buy online.
Yeah, me too.
Did you get it yet?
Yeah, it's already my
And it works.
my kombucha's fermenting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So
sick.
it has to ferment for 2 weeks, and then I have to like do the rest of it for like the bottling process. You like add it with some juice, and then you kind of go into fermenting process number 2.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I have kombucha and sauerkraut fermenting in my pantry.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
yeah.
Okay, how do you feel about the amounts of sugar that you have to put into your kombucha
A lot of it actually dissolves. It gets eaten up by the SCOBY.
by the SCOBY? Okay.
Yeah, so it's not as high in sugar as, or like the sugars that you're consuming
Mm-hmm.
aren't as high as like when you put it in. Like
Oh,
you,
okay.
you think it's a lot,
Yeah.
but it actually just gets, it's like fuel for the SCOBY to then give it like the fermented probiotic effects.
Right. Okay.
So the pros
That
outweigh
makes
the
sense.
cons in that scenario.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just used as a simple form of glucose for the SCOBY to
right.
do its thing.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
That's so fun. Okay, catch us at our next merch drop with SCOBYs.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that's officially the weirdest thing I've ever purchased on Amazon for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then it's been fall. The fall season is really ringing hard right now.
Yeah.
And so I decided to try some of Starbucks like fall drinks for once.
Like making them yourself?
No, just ordering them.
Oh, nice.
Because here's the thing. So
Mhm.
Tim Hortons for the past few years has had this thing called an apple cinnamon fog.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally a lemon fog with apple cinnamon tea. It's
Nice.
delicious.
That's so yummy. Yeah.
They don't sell apple cinnamon tea anymore.
Why? Like that feels like such a good seller.
I know.
Especially in the fall.
I know. They have
Yeah.
pumpkin spice tea, but I'm like, I don't want pumpkin spice. I
Yeah.
want apple cinnamon. Thank you so
Mhm.
much.
Yeah.
So I've also ordered vanilla syrup now so I can make apple cinnamon fogs for myself
Nice.
at home.
That's sweet.
Because I was like, no, we're not doing this game anymore.
Yeah.
And so because I couldn't get that, I was like, okay, I'll go to Starbucks. I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin spice. It's not my thing, not my
Yeah.
preferred thing. But I've tried the iced chai with pumpkin cold foam on it.
Ooh.
Good flavor, really fucking sweet.
Yeah, no
Like-
doubt.
Grossly sweet.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I will not be ordering this again for that reason alone. That's so
Mhm.
much sugar in one drink. It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
If they did it on like a steeped chai tea and then put the pumpkin thing on top,
Oh, that would be good.
it would be good. It'd be like
Is it
it'd be
like
like
a
a cold
pow-
brew.
Is it like a powder like we
It's
use?
like a cold foam. Oh, the
Oh,
chai
the
there.
tea. Yeah, the chai.
I think it's like a concentrate.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
So I was like, it's just so sweet. It's nasty.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I've tried, because I was like, I'm not doing that again, was the apple crisp caramel macchiato,
Oh, interesting.
which started off good,
Yeah.
and then about halfway through, I was like, I'm sick of this.
I'm all done with this.
It's
yeah.
disgusting.
What size did you get?
A tall?
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's about how I'd expect that to go, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. That being said, the only Starbucks drinks I care about are the brown sugar oat shaken espresso,
Right.
which you can get the apple crisp in that version as well.
Oh, okay. Would you do like an apple crisp, brown sugar oat shaken espresso half sweet?
Possibly.
Because that by itself is sweet, like both of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do that. And I'm like, so I'd be more willing to maybe try that one. That's my like last
Mhm.
shot for Starbucks fall drinks.
Yeah.
But I've decided that I'm a Starbucks winter drink gal.
Amazing. I've cut coffee out of my diet completely.
I know. I know you have.
Which is because now I don't know what to drink.
Yeah.
Because like I want a fun drink, but I'm like, I don't want just an iced coffee. But then I'm like, okay, if I'm also trying to cut caffeine out of my diet, then I can't just go for a rock star.
You like herbal teas and stuff too.
No.
Yeah.
So
What I have in my hand right now is a steep tea double.
okay. I wondered what the ST stood for.
Yeah, steep tea. I've come back onto that. I was in that phase for a minute in high school too.
Mm-hmm. Is
Uh,
steep tea like a flavor of tea?
It's just like a black tea,
Oh, okay.
just steeped black tea,
Okay.
and they make it double instead of with coffee.
Right.
If you like tea,
Interesting.
it's an option.
Okay.
I like it, but yeah. So I'm not a Starbucks girly. I'm really not. I can't get behind the hype for all these drinks because a lot of the drinks make me want to gag.
Well, they're so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I've been big into electrolytes.
It's such a funny sentence to hear you say.
Well, yeah, because I've been trying to make gym more of a priority after reading the last book, 7 Highly Effective Habits, whatever. Because I'm like, this is something I want to do. And so I'm like, okay, I want to start making that a priority. But in order to do that, I need to have more protein and more liquids. So I like go to the gym and then I come home and I make a giant breakfast. And then I have like a Gatorade or a BioSteel or something that I take with all my supplements. And I'm just like, oh, so healthy. And now I've incorporated a protein drink into that too. And I was like, oh my goodness, who am I?
She's a wellness queen.
Yeah.
When I met you, you were all about iced coffees and breakfast bagels.
I know. Breakfast bagels are so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, iced coffees are my belly. They're my spleen.
I know.
So weird. I think it's
it
caffeine,
makes sense.
but I don't know.
Well, coffee can be hard on everybody, right? A lot of things, like the first dietary recommendations for someone who is struggling is to cut out refined sugars, refined carbohydrates, coffee, any sort of caffeine, like just do like herbal teas because teas are beneficial. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of it's like the caffeine bit in teas, right?
Well, and I find I don't miss it. Like I miss having a fun drink. Yeah. But I don't miss coffee.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You should try an apple cinnamon fog.
I know.
See if that's your fun drink vibe.
That's my fun drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
If we go out anywhere, you could just ask for like vanilla milk and then you can bring your own tea bag.
Yeah, literally. Can I just get a steamed milk, please? Or I flamed everyone at work who would come in and order just a steamer and be like, who wants to drink warm milk? That's so gross.
And then you're like, my tummy.
My belly. No, my dad's convinced it's the dairy and the coffee that's hurting my belly, but
I mean, could be, but
I know that it's not.
Yeah. I was like, but if you're eating, here's the thing is that if you're eating dairy everywhere else.
I have incorporated a lot more lactose-free things into our house just because Reed's living with us. Again, we really went full circle. About a year ago, Reed was living with us, and now here we are again. Reed's living with us.
Yeah. Except this time
we have room.
Yeah. Larger space, easier to accommodate.
Yeah.
Having someone else live with you.
Yeah. Bryce loves it. Yeah. So that's good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear. I guess
now that we're 20 minutes in,
we'll get into today's episode. For today's episode, we are talking about the whole motivation versus discipline debate that seems to be sweeping the internet, specifically in the like gym fitness world. I don't know if you've seen it now that you've gotten more into the fitness thing, like you're following more of the fitness community.
I've seen it a lot because Bryce talks about it constantly. Yeah. Constantly. His latest thing is you can't tell him what to do if you can't bench 225. Because the people who can bench 225 have all of the desirable traits of a human being. So therefore, they're going to give you better life advice on average.
Desirable traits of a human being.
I think that is stupid.
I think it's extreme.
I see where he's coming from. And his whole thing is it's on average. But I don't know. There's a lot of men at the gym that I maybe wouldn't take life advice from who I'm sure could bench 225. But I needed Bryce to show me that he can bench 225 before I listen to him. Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
But it's also like, then he can't listen to me because I sure as hell can't bench 225. I don't know that I ever will be able
just
to.
Do like a 2 and a 2 in one hand and a 5 in the other.
Literally. I was like, look, it's 225. It's just 225s.
There you go. That's it. There it is.
That's genius.
That's it.
Yeah, because I was trying to tell him to do something or whatever, and he's like, nope, I don't have to listen to you. I was like, God. Get the fuck out. No.
So dramatic.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Motivation versus discipline.
Yeah. So, I guess to start with like a definition, discipline is the controlled behavior resulting from such training, and motivation is a desire or willingness to do something. It's like an enthusiasm about it. And so, when you go into the debate of like, what's the difference and which is better, the general consensus is that motivation gets you started where discipline keeps you going.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And something I want to touch on, like before we get into more of like the discipline motivation debate is there are two types of motivation. There's intrinsic and extrinsic. And so intrinsic motivation is the doing of an activity that for its inherent satisfaction, rather than the love of some separable consequence. So you're doing it for the love of doing it. You're not doing it because someone else is telling you to do it or because you need something by doing it.
Yeah.
Right. And so in a lot of fitness, or where I think a lot of fitness should be, is intrinsic, right? You want to do it because you enjoy working out.
Yeah.
However, there is a good chunk of extrinsic because people want to do it because they want to bench 225 or go to the a fitness competition and get paid for
or
looking
look
good
a certain way. Yeah.
And so some of that has extrinsic influence.
Yeah, definitely.
And extrinsic motivation is motivation that's driven by external rewards. And the best example for this is like going to work, right? You're going to work because you need money at the end of the day, right? You might love what you're doing, but you wouldn't do it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You're going to do something for free. Most people would do something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Than work.
Yeah. See, that's really interesting because intrinsic motivation to me is just motivation. Where extrinsic motivation, even we're like going to work does involve a certain amount of discipline. Because yes, you can go to work, but like you can be late, you can not try hard while you're there. Like, you can do all that things, even if you are extrinsically motivated, but you do need a certain amount of discipline. But
still motivating you to show up every day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're still doing it. You're still, if you care about your job enough, you're still showing up to get raises and do the work and do good. Right? If you don't care, you don't care. Then that's what, I don't know if that considers motivation at that point, or if it's just like you're just on robot mode.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't even say that's discipline, right? If you're showing up and just like doing the bare minimum or like slacking off or fucking around, I wouldn't say that's
not discipline at all. No, but like going to work and getting there on time and like making like taking those steps so that you get there does take a certain amount of discipline. But like if you're just going to work and showing up half hour late, 20 like every single day, then there is definitely a lack of discipline and motivation.
But your motivation for having the job is money.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so it's like, do you think it's possible to have discipline without motivation?
For me personally, no. I do not do things if I am not motivated to do them. Yeah. I am working really hard to kind of foster discipline in myself. And like with school, I was incredibly disciplined. Yeah. But I was also highly motivated. Yeah. But now with like gym and stuff, I've got more of an intrinsic motivation. So I'm trying to be more disciplined and really make a habit out of it. But if that motivation goes away, then I'm going to stop. Yeah. Kind of thing.
I think it's possible only for like a very small point. When you get started, no, I don't think it's possible. Yeah. When you're in the midst of it, like my best example is like when I was going to F45 regularly, right? Yeah. Around the halfway mark of when I was there were days where I'm like, I don't want to go, but I'm going to go. Yeah. And that's the discipline that everyone kind of talks about. So yeah, I do think it is possible, but not when you're getting started.
Yes. You do need that motivation to kind of kickstart you in the right direction. Yeah. And then,
because otherwise it's like the motivation is your why. Why am I doing it? Right. And the discipline is all the little steps like that you take to get to your why. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yep. And then even with school though, like when it was up to my own, the reason why it took me so long is because I wasn't disciplined. I liked what I was studying when I would do it. Yeah. But getting myself to do it felt like a chore at times. Yeah. Especially when I had other things going on in my life that I'd rather do prior. Right. And at that time was gym, podcast, things with friends. Yeah. You know? Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't need to do this right now. It's fine.
Yeah. And that's like the unique circumstances for me is with school. I had friends, but I didn't have any distractions at school. So I could just focus on my studies, and I didn't have to worry about anything like that. Where when I came home, like when COVID happened and everything was online, I struggled a bit more because I didn't have that discipline or motivation whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, okay, why am I doing this? I'm not going to get anything out of it. I'm not even going to have a graduation. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah.
Yeah. Would you say you lost your, was it extrinsic motivation then, right? Because if you're doing it for graduation.
Yeah, well, like, I really, really wanted to have that graduation day, and I really, really wanted to have this job.
Yeah.
So I was like doing it because I loved it, but there was no rewards at the end of it. And so then I was like, oh, okay, great. And that's why I haven't really gone back to school, is because I don't see rewards for it.
Yeah.
Like, for some people, it's fine, and that's great. Like, if you're going to be a teacher, a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, XYZ, that's great. But for myself, I was like, there's no real reason for me to continue on with schooling because I'm only going to spend more money.
Yeah.
And I'm going to love it, but I'm not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary stress.
Yeah. Especially right now.
Yeah. Speaking of stress, guess what I did?
What?
Cracked a tooth from clenching my jaw so hard. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So
when?
I don't know. But I'm going in on Friday to get a night guard and get that filled and fixed.
Oh, that's crazy.
Isn't it?
Oh my god. What tooth?
Well, my back one.
Oh my goodness. Did you feel it?
No, I didn't feel it. Like, it was sore, but I had a cold, so I thought it was just like my sinuses causing pressure on my mouth. And I was like, okay. And the mom's like, your insurance is up at the end of the month, so like get a dentist appointment and everything in. And I was like, okay. So I went there and she's like, yeah, you cracked a tooth. Like, do you clench your jaw and like grind your teeth? And I was like, yeah, all the time. And she's like, stop. I was like, okay.
Oh no. That sucks.
So I was like, that's so sometime between March and now, I cracked a tooth.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So spicy fun.
So spicy fun.
Yeah.
Well, if you didn't notice pain, it had to have been recently if you didn't notice pain.
Yeah.
Prior.
Like, I can't really chew on this side. And then last month, I've noticed that it hurts a little bit.
Okay, so it's probably within the past month.
Yeah, in the last little bit, I've definitely done that. So that's super fun.
Oh my gosh.
But now I'm getting a night guard, which is something I should have gotten years and years and years ago. But so I'm excited about that.
It's like my stress thing.
Yeah.
I dyed my hair and cut it.
It looks good though.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was like my boyfriend, when I did that, I told him like, oh yeah, I could add my hair today, and I cut it, and he's like, are you okay?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm great. What do you mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I just know like girls don't usually like cutting their hair, and if you just like went at it,
yeah,
usually that means like you're going through something. I was like,
I'm so glad you know me so well.
I was like, that's hilarious. And he got this from a Marvel movie.
Oh,
when a character said, oh, you look like you're about to cut your hair.
That's amazing. That's so accurate though.
Yeah.
Do you know what movie?
I don't.
Oh my goodness.
I'll look it up. I can let you know.
That's amazing.
I can't remember what character it is either.
That's
a redhead girl.
Like Natasha?
Maybe.
Like Black Widow?
I don't think it's Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
It's a
different one.
Yeah. And big thank you to Chamberlain Coffee for working with Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps. As you guys know, Journey and I met working in a coffee shop, so coffee is our love language.
And Chamberlain Coffee is a coffee company that was started by Emma Chamberlain, and we are so proud to partner with her. If you love coffee as much as we do, then we know you'll love this.
There's no shortage of coffee paraphernalia you can purchase from her website, as well as matcha. She has coffee bundles and instant coffee mixes, and just makes coffee as accessible for everyone.
Exactly. So get up to 15% off plus free shipping and a free gift when you subscribe for auto delivery at chamberlaincoffee.com. You can also get another 10% off when you sign up for text at chamberlaincoffee.com. And bonus, if you have a Keurig, then you'll love that there are new coffee pods available. And we have the link for that over on our website.
So if you're interested in Chamberlain Coffee, you can head on over to sometimesciabattaslaps.com and you can find the updated links underneath our affiliates section.
Interesting.
She wears a red suit. She has like, doesn't matter. Well, and then because of my lack of Marvel knowledge. He started me on my Marvel journey. He said,
"Oh, nice, that's fun."
So we started with Thor because we're watching it in order because I've already seen Iron Man.
Right. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Thor.
Now it was like Hulk, but he said Hulk is redundant because they've completely changed it since that movie.
Yeah.
So we just jumped to Thor.
Yeah.
And that we'll be watching in order from Thor.
Let me know what you think about Thor.
I like him.
I like him too. His movies are so boring.
I think he's an egotistical prick. If I met him in real life, I wouldn't like him as a person.
Yes.
But he's a fun character.
That's true. I don't know. His movies are just so boring. Like, they are the Marvel movies that I continuously sleep through.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last night was fun.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Thor 1. So we'll see how it goes.
That's the one when he first comes to Earth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole Loki Thor argument and stuff was good, but
yeah, let me know when I don't even remember which one it is, but when he's like when his sister comes into play too. I don't know if that's Ragnarok. I don't think it is. Anyway, let me know when that movie's good.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
I like that one. I'll keep everyone else updated who's Marvel fans, that for all my friends that have roasted me about not watching superhero movies. Here I am watching superhero movies.
Welcome to the MCU. We love this.
Back now that our little intermission happened. No, I do think that like discipline, you can have it without motivation, but you have to already have started the path to what you're going to do.
Yeah, definitely.
What your goal is, with your end goal is.
Yeah.
Do you think one equates to like a higher success rate?
Everything in me is saying yes, discipline relates to a higher success rate. But I don't like that. Yeah. Like, I get it. Yeah. It just feels like I'm not disciplined enough, therefore I'm not going to have that success. Yeah. Which, yes, that might be true, but I also think that there does need to be that motivation. Like,
I'm with you there. I kind of go against the whole. My problem with discipline is that I think it falls under the grind set kind of concept of or way of life. Yeah. Which I don't always agree with. Yeah. Because I do think your rest days are important, productive.
Yeah, exactly.
In that, but it's a matter of like, when are you having too many rest days, right? Or when are you having no rest days? When is your discipline so hard that you're going to burn yourself out?
Yeah, exactly.
Or when is your motivation so low that you're not going to do anything with your life? So yeah. As everything, I'm going to say, you can just assume that I think balance, right? There is a certain amount of balance. Yeah. But I do think you have to have the motivation first before you can build the discipline.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And you still do need to kind of have that motivation to keep the discipline. Yeah. In a sense, like,
even if it's not fully, right? Yeah. I still think you have to see that end goal. Yeah. Right? Because there are going to be hard days. Yeah. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we've lived that all the time. Yep. We're broadcasting it. We're living it, right? Yeah. But one or the other equating to like a higher success rate. I think you can have success with motivation if you have the proper mindset about it. But is that mindset discipline? Am I just agreeing with discipline?
I think it is, right? It's kind of like, even with this, like, we have kind of reached the point where, like, we were so highly motivated when we first started. And so we brought in that discipline and we were doing really good. And we've only been relying on discipline for the last couple months. And so it's gotten exhausting and we're losing our motivation. So we need to refine that motivation so we can continue on with the discipline, so we can continue to see the results that we like. So it's kind of just a circle. Yeah. Good night, good morning, our bed's a circle. Yeah. You know?
It's not a linear, yeah.
Because, like, they kind of feed off each other.
I think so.
Right? Like, you can't have discipline without motivation, but you also
I guess the
can't
way
have like, I don't know.
The way I think about it is like, you need protein and carbs in order to build muscle.
Exactly. You can't just cut one completely out of your diet. Yeah. And still live what we would consider a happy life.
A balanced life.
Yeah, a balanced life, I guess.
I don't know. And then so this mindset is getting adopted by the gym community because it's the whole, you work out, not every day you're going to want to work out and lift weights, but if you do it steadily throughout the whole thing, you will find progress. And
yeah, it's a whole trust the process, you know?
Yeah. And it is true, but you do have to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And that's where having the intrinsic motivation, I think, is going to come into play.
Yeah.
If everything in your life is extrinsically motivated, then you are heavily relying on other people to light that fire for you.
Exactly.
And I think that's where you get burnout too, right?
Yeah.
You can be disciplined and having someone yell in your ear the whole time, like, you got to do it, you got to do it.
Yeah.
But if you don't actually want to do it, at the end of the day, discipline isn't going to matter. You're not going to do it.
Yeah. And that's what I struggled with the gym, right? Is like, yes, I was going to the gym, but I was going with you. And so it took a lot for me to go without you. And I was like, okay, great. But then it was like, okay, I'm no longer motivated. I'm not seeing the results that I want. I'm not enjoying this. I don't have time for this. So I lost the discipline. And now I'm retrying to find the discipline. I'm like, okay, I'm going on my own. And I find that like I haven't worked out for the last couple of weeks and I've missed it. Yeah. I'm like, so that makes me feel like I'm doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to be more disciplined about it. Like yesterday, I had a really busy day, but I made sure I woke up early and I went to the gym and I did everything so that I could do everything that I wanted to in that day, including workout and go to the gym.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That makes sense.
But yeah, you can't really have one without the other.
No, definitely not. And so on our Instagram, we created a poll that asked which is better, discipline or motivation. And as you can expect from how this episode has gone thus far, 21% of our followers voted motivation and 79% voted discipline.
Yeah.
And then so the next page we had a why.
Yeah,
bracket,
we got some really good responses.
And so here, like, to list some of them, one said, because you won't always be motivated, motivation easily comes and goes. Have discipline to push through those non-motivated days.
Which, that's so true. And you definitely do need that, because there are days where you're like this morning, I had such a hard time getting out of bed. Like, there's no way I would have been able to wake up early and go to the gym. Because I was like, dude, I can't get out of bed. And then I set a timer and it was on stop playing, not on a noise. So I was like, oh my God, okay, it's time to get up right now.
Oh no.
But yeah, right? Like, you need to still, I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, go for it. Another person said, you won't always feel motivated, but discipline equals consistency and consistency equals progress. Yeah. And that's where I most agree with is that premise of like the consistency piece. Yeah. And discipline can be consistency. Discipline doesn't mean like grind set, push through 45 sets because you want to push through, like, do it if you want to do it. But 20 sets is also consistent.
Yes, exactly.
You showed up.
Going to the gym and showing up every single day is consistent.
Yeah. You might not always be motivated, but if you have discipline, you'll do it. And then another person said, if I don't have motivation, money, personal happiness, guilt, etc., it's not happening. Yeah. And that's where it's like the fire starter.
I agree with that, right? Like, if there is no motivation, intrinsic or extrinsic, I'm not likely going to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then the last one we got here was, I think, discipline, because you can have all the motivation to start a goal, but it's the discipline that will keep you working towards the goal. A great example is being in the gym. Yeah. So as we saw, the public is very much towards discipline right now.
Well, and it's one of those things where there is no right answer. It's whatever works for you. Like, yes, if you're striving on only motivation and you're seeing no results that you want to, then yes, maybe it's time to try some discipline. Or if you're like disciplined out the wazoo, but you're not happy about it, then maybe you need to switch and have a different motivation, Like, there is always something like prepping for a run. Yeah. Oh, I want to do this 5K at the end of September, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to run every single day, XYZ, blah, 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 to get to that motivation kind of thing, right? Like, they're so interrelated that you can't fully, like, separate them,
Yeah, I agree. And that's where, like, versing them against each other, it's kind of like, I don't know. So big thank you to Blue Land for working with Sometimes Spotted Slaps. If you're passionate about the earth and a clean home, then these are the cleaning products for you. Blue Land is a company that sells eco-friendly cleaning products on a subscription basis. You can buy the welcome kit, which comes with dissolvable tablets of the products and reusable containers for each product. I got the Clean Sweet kit, which comes with a foaming hand soap, laundry detergent, powdered dish soap, dishwasher detergent, multi-surface cleaner and bottle, bathroom cleaner and bottle, and glass and mirror cleaner and bottle. And I love it so far. It has done exactly what I need it to do. So there are so many kits that you can get. And once you have what you need, then the tablets can be mailed out as needed. So you can just order the tablets and you don't have to get rid of the bottle as if what you do when you go to the grocery store now. So we love that they don't send out useless plastic bottles with each product, and you can just pop a tablet into the bottle and reuse it. So if you are interested in incorporating Blue Lamp products into your everyday life, click the link in our description and or on our website. And so then I took to Reddit, right, to get some more public interest and just see.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I have this Reddit post I'm going to read, and we can link it in our description as well if anyone wants to look through the thread or whatnot. So it starts with saying, if you want to get anything done, there are two basic ways to get yourself to do it. The first, more popular and devastatingly wrong, is try to motivate yourself. The second, somewhat unpopular and entirely correct choice is to cultivate discipline. This is one of the situations where adopting a different perspective immediately results in superior outcomes. Few uses of the term paradigm shift are actually legitimate, but this one is. It's the light bulb moment. What's the difference? Motivation, broadly speaking, operates on the assumption that a particular mental or emotional state is necessary to complete a task. That's completely the wrong way around this. Discipline, by contrast, separates the outward functioning from the moods and feelings, and thereby makes the problem... It's a weird wording choice there, but basically makes the problem possible by consistently improving it. So the implications are huge. Successful completion of the tasks brings about inner states of the chronic procrastinators think that they need to initiate tasks in the first place. Put it in a simpler form, you don't wait until you're an Olympic athlete to start training. You train to get to the Olympic form.
Yeah.
If action is conditional on feelings, waiting for the right mood becomes a particularly insidious form of procrastination. I know too well and wish somebody pointed out for me 10 years ago before I learned the difference the hard way. If you wait until you feel like doing stuff, you're fucked. That's precisely how the dreaded procrastinatory loops come about. At its core, chasing motivation is insistent on the infantile fantasy that we should only be doing things we feel like doing. The problem is then framed thus: how do I get myself to feel like doing what I have rationally decided to do? The proper question is, how do I make my feelings inconsequential and do the things that I've consciously want to do without being a little bitch about it? The point is to cut the link between feelings and actions and do it anyway. You get to feel good and buzzed and energetic and eager afterwards. Motivation has the wrong way around. I am utterly 100% convinced that this is the faulty frame, is the main driver of the sitting around in underwear playing Xbox and with yourself epidemic currently sweeping developed countries. There are psychological problems relying on motivation as well, because real life and the real world occasionally requires people to do things that nobody in their right mind can be massively enthusiastic about. Motivation runs into the insurmountable obstacle of trying to elicit enthusiasm for things that objectively do not merit it. The only solution besides slackery, then, is to put people out of their right minds. That's horrible and unfortunately phallus dilemma. Trying to drum up the enthusiasm for fundamentally dull and soul-crushing activities is literally a form of deliberate psychological self-harm, of voluntary insanity. I am so passionate about these spreadsheets. I can't wait to fill up the equation for future of annuity. I love my job so much. Like, that's kind of...
Like, I don't see what's wrong with that.
It's just like, if you hate doing it, and you try to force yourself to be excited to do it.
Oh.
It's like a psychological torture is basically what the author is saying.
But it's also a mindset shift. Okay. Anyway, continue.
He's like, I do not consider self-inflicted episodes of hypomania the optimal driver for human activity. A thymic composition via depressive episodes is inevitable, since the human brain will not tolerate abuse indefinitely. There are stops and safety valves. There are hormonal hangovers. I love that sentence. The worst thing that can happen is succeeding at the wrong thing temporarily. A far superior scenario is retaining sanity, which unfortunately tends to be misinterpreted as moral failure. I still don't love my pointless paper shuffling job. I must be doing something wrong. Or I still prefer cake to broccoli and I can't lose weight. Maybe I'm just weak. I should buy another book about motivation. Bullshit. The critical error is even approaching those issues in terms of motivation or lack thereof. The answer is discipline, not motivation. There's another practical problem with motivation. It has a tiny shelf life and needs constant refreshing. Motivation is like manually winding up a crank to deliver a burst of force. At best, it stores and converts energy to a particular purpose. There are situations where the correct attitude, one-offs, where getting psyched up and spring loading a metric fuck ton of mental energy up front is the best course of action. Olympic races and prison breaks come to mind. But it's a horrible basis for regular day-to-day functioning. And anything like consistent long-term results, by contrast, discipline is like an engine that, once kickstarted, actually supplies energy to the system. Productivity has no requisite mental states. For consistent long-term discipline, trumps motivation, circles around it, bangs its mom, and eats its lunch.
Oh my god.
I know. In summary, the motivation is trying to feel like doing stuff. Discipline is doing it even if you don't feel like doing it. You get to feel good afterwards. Discipline, in short, is a system, whereas motivation is analogous to goals. There is a symmetry. Discipline is more or less self-perpetuating in habits, starting as small as you can manage, even microscopic, and gathering momentum. Reinvesting in it, progressively getting bigger, changes your routine, and builds positive feedback loop. Motivation is counterproductive attitude to productivity. What counts as discipline? Mm-hmm. So.
Interesting. I have many thoughts and feelings about that.
Okay, yeah.
Because while, like, I inherently agree that discipline does get things done. And there are times where you can't, like, there are things you need to do that you're not going to feel like doing.
Yeah.
And I get that. However, life is going to be a lot more fun if you enjoy doing the things that you have to do.
Yeah.
Like cleaning the house. Yes, I don't love cleaning the house, but I've have things in place so that when I do it, it's not that much of a chore. Like I listen to a podcast, I enjoy the after effects. Like there's certain things that you can just kind of, it clears your mental space, right? Like I don't know.
So I guess from what I can see, there's a reply to this post, which I think is also good too. That basically states, I think it's important that sometimes motivation is important.
Yeah.
Only certain situations, but not many, and not to be used as an excuse. But I think sometimes motivation can be important to want to make the changes that discipline requires. Some people are fine just sitting around and having nothing while they waste away. Some people are even fine being homeless. And a lot of people are fine accepting less than they deserve until they need more and it's too late or whatever.
Yeah.
Also because a lot of people can't see into the future. In this case, I think motivation is necessary. In the last example, fear is the motivation from seeing the future. That sets the course of actions that requires discipline. Also, sometimes motivation gives you the ideas that discipline is required to accomplish. It can also help things get done even better when you have your heart involved.
Yep.
But other than that, I think this post is completely right, and most things do not require motivation at all. But this should not be confused with what is said and used as an excuse. I understand that this is a dangerous thing to say after what is said in this post, but what I'm saying does not apply to the majority of the time, and what is said in this post does. So again, not to be used as an excuse. But I think there's a difference between the two. I think you require the discipline. If you think you require the discipline, you already have the motivation, and that's kind of the key.
That makes sense. I really enjoy that reply.
Mm-hmm. And then they did an edit for this one as well.
Like for the post or the reply?
The reply.
Okay.
And it said, one can also lack the motivation because they lack the discipline. They may see a task that interests them, but they lack the motivation to get it done because they lack the discipline needed to get it done.
Yeah,
so the two terms can depend on each other.
Yeah. So. I don't know. It's an age-old debate that's really coming into play, especially in terms of generation, because so many of like our elders, they're like discipline. Yeah. But their rewards for that discipline are different than what we have. And while I agree there is definitely a lack of discipline in the newer generations, 110%, there's also a lack of motivation. Yeah. Because they're not getting anything out of working hard, really. Yeah. So it's like, it's kind of a catch-22, right? Where, there's no one right answer. But, yeah.
And especially, I mean, not to fully dive into government, but there's a lot to say about your government system either fostering motivation in your population or not.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, where we are, there's not a lot of reward for being a hardworking, motivated person.
Yeah.
Other than unless it's for yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You get paid to sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
Because that's just what our system is right now.
In a sense, but even like with that, what they're getting back isn't sustainable. And like a lot of people like,
but you work hard and you get the same, or you sit around and you get the same.
Yes, that's true.
Most people are going to choose the easier option, sit around.
Yeah.
Because you're getting the same as if you worked hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the only benefit to working hard is if you want to work hard.
Yeah.
Or if you have opportunities for bonuses or raises or things like that, right? But it has to be intrinsic, not extrinsic, because right now the extrinsic reward for most positions is the same as EI.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's tough. Bryce and I get into this argument all the time because his whole thing is if you need more money, work harder and get more money. Now, that's not something that's available for everyone. You know, like...
I agree with that perspective as like a general rule of thumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is circumstances where it's just not happening, unfortunately.
Yeah, where lots of people are working harder to get more money and they're still unable to provide or live or do anything, right? So like they are disciplined, incredibly working like multiple jobs, but they're not getting anything from it, right? So I guess this brings into like motivation versus discipline versus rewards kind of thing, where there has to be that carrot. Like humans are so reward motivated, there has to be that carrot at the end of the stick where like that carrot's kind of been taken away right now, but we're encroaching on a completely different topic. But
so that's that on that.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think about motivation versus discipline, your thoughts and feelings, and if there have been times where discipline has paid off or motivation has paid off, or like an interrelated kind of thing, because we would also like to hear that. But yeah, that's pretty much enough on that.
Okay, for a quick little segment today, because we are in the transition to autumn where we live, the leaves are already changing on the trees, which is insane.
But by the time this episode comes out, fall will probably be over.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. We have it so fast. We're gonna do a quick little smash your pass for fall items edition. So the first one I have here is visit a farmer's market.
Smash. We did that.
Yeah, hard smash. I love farmer's markets, but I think it's more summery. I don't know.
Yeah.
But squash from the farmer's market right now.
I pass.
Okay. True. I love it.
Yeah.
Mulled wine.
Pass. I've never had it. Isn't it just warm wine?
Smash. It's like, with like juice and fruits and stuff in it though.
I've never had it.
Yeah.
So
I like mulled wine. I like that more so for winter. I think like hot apple cider for
fall.
For fall.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because in Finland, hot apple cider is not a thing.
Oh, really?
Not a thing. So when I asked them, like, do you guys have any apple cider? They actually gave me like a cold alcoholic kind of cider. I'm like, no, like warm apple juice. And they're like, oh no.
Yeah.
There just wasn't a thing there.
Yeah.
Make homemade candy apples.
I've never done that either.
Me neither.
I would like to smash that. I want to try it. My whole TikTok has been like candy apple boards.
Oh yeah, smash. Oh, one I just thought of. Have you seen that ghost painting trend?
Yes, I was thinking we should do that for a video.
Yes.
I think that would be super fun.
Hard smash. I smash it. I love all those videos. If you guys haven't seen it, like look on TikTok, look on Reels, whatever. It's you go to the thrift store, you buy a thrifted painting, and then you paint ghosts into the scene.
You make it spooky.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
That would be fun to do.
Jump in a pile of leaves.
Smash.
Pass.
Oh.
Like I like crunching leaves, but jumping into a pile of like semi-soggy.
Yeah, it's
not my
never
thing.
as fun as it looks like in the movies, but I do enjoy the satisfaction of like raking up all the leaves into this nice little pile and then like playing with them.
Okay, yeah. I get it. Read ghost stories by the fire.
Ooh, pass.
Smashed. Actually, when I saw The Nun 2 in theaters, and it was actually, I liked it.
Yeah, that's sweet.
My boyfriend fell asleep, but I liked it.
Nice.
to wake him up periodically.
That's such a boy thing.
So he didn't start snoring in the theater. I had to like wake him up every so often.
Yeah, when we went to see Oppenheimer, Graylin like fell asleep and the big explosion woke him up. Bryce and I were like, what do you think that's gonna wake him up? I was like, yeah, so the explosion was going, we were like just watching him.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Make pumpkin art.
Ooh, smash. I like that. I'm so excited because we finally have a house that we're probably gonna get trick-or-treaters this year, and I'm gonna put pumpkins on our steps. I'm so excited.
It's so fun. Create an autumn wreath.
Oh,
I'm gonna
pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pass. I don't care for wreaths.
Yeah, I like to have one like on my front door, but I've never made one. I don't think I would enjoy that.
Okay, that's fair. We'll do make squash soup.
Pass.
Smash. I made a really good one the other day.
I saw it on your story.
It was an acorn squash, apple, and curry soup.
Oh, yum.
It's very delicious. But it had like
so
coconut
sweet.
milk in it too. I loved it. It's so good. But I also love squash.
Yeah. I'm not a big squash girl.
Go for a hayride.
Oh, pass.
Smash. I liked the hayrides that we did when I was a kid.
Okay.
We always had snow on the ground, so it was more Christmassy.
It would be more fun to do like in the winter, because then you can have like hot chocolate and like you're bundled up in a blanket. You're not just sitting on an itchy hay bale smelling horse poo.
That's fair. Do a corn maze.
Oh, smash. I enjoy that.
Smash. I'm going to go to like a haunted corn maze event in October, and so I'm excited for that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. It'll be lots of fun.
Is there a corn maze near us?
Yeah, there's a few around.
Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah. I think I sent you the link.
You sent me the one to the spooky one, but I didn't think that meant they'd have non-spooky ones.
They do.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go one more. Go for a hike.
In the fall?
Yeah. Larch season is coming up in Banff, and I would like to go on a fall hike.
Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of a pass because it snows so early that it's like I really don't enjoy hiking in snow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never really done a fall hike either, so.
We should aim to go see the larches before the snow hits.
Yeah.
Because larch season's coming up really soon here.
Yeah, it's like
so it's just
this week, next week.
Yeah, it's going to be like a whole bunch of just like orange trees.
That would be cool.
It's stunning. Except you got to watch for bears because they're starting to hibernate.
Yay! I haven't been on a hike this year that there wasn't a bear on, so that just really rounds that out.
Okay, perfect.
Oh well, that's sweet. Let us know if there's any fall trends or activities that you guys enjoy that we maybe missed.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can do some videos of like Mak and Jubes try hayride, Mak and Jubes try corn maze, Mak and Jubes try spooky ghost paintings.
Yeah. I want to do that thrifted ghost painting just for
I think
like,
that would be super
just
fun.
for funsies. So you might see that if we decide to make content of it. But
that would be fun. I'd be willing to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's that on that. I'm Mak Joy.
I'm It's Jubes.
We are Sometimes Ciabatta Labs on all social media platforms. You can find us our website at sometimesciabattalabs.com. On our website, we have links to all of our episodes, audio and video. We have links to our merch. We have our book club reviews. We have affiliate links, all sorts of fun goodies. So if you want to go check that out, you can find that there.
Yep.
On Instagram and TikTok, we just kind of post updates and random videos. So if you want to give us a follow on there.
Yep.
And then if you like us or if you like what we're doing, give us a like, a rating, review, whatever you are watching us on. All of sorts of interaction help.
Yes.
So even if you want to comment like, you're doing great, that'd be fantastic. So
yeah, that's so fun.
Much appreciated. And with that, I guess we'll see you next Tuesday.
Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Bye.